I'm Katrina. Welcome to day 9 of the 21-day challenge. 21 minutes a day for 21 days, where we focus on little changes to feel better and live bigger. As always, make sure you're working with your own comfort level, never pushing into the point of pain. Let's get started. Setting the timer for 21 minutes. Starting in a standing position at the top of your yoga mat. Take a breath. Feel yourself really settling in now that we're on day 9. The moment you take that first breath, you think, yeah, I'm ready for today's practice. 21 minutes, I can do it. Feel that little spark of joy, I hope, that comes with that first breath. Let's inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, bend your knees, bow forward. Rest your hands on your knees, take a breath. Lift the eyes, look forward, and as you exhale, bring your fingers down to the mat. Fold over your thighs. Let your back round and your shoulder blades spread wide. Feel the weight in your heels here. Now just shift forward so the weight feels equal on the front and back of your feet, and then bend your knees a little bit more. Relax your neck, let your head feel heavy. Focus on the sensation of your breath as it moves into and out of your lungs. Feel the expansion through the rib cage, the lateral muscles. And notice how when you draw a purposely deep breath, how restorative it can be. How it creates space in your body. Lift your eyes, look between your hands. Bend your knees enough that you can plant your hands and walk your feet back to downward dog. Find your downward dog position. Feet hip distance apart, palms well connected to the mat, soles of the feet connected to the mat, heels perhaps slightly lifted, but you can feel the stretch in the back of the legs, the sides of the body. Walk your feet towards your hands. Coming up onto your fingertips. Inhale, come halfway up. As you exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, lift the rest of the way up. And release your hands. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, bow forward. Fingertips to the mat. Step your left foot back, a long lunge step to the back of your mat, to the back third of your mat. Now pivot on your left big toe, plant your heel. Left foot should be in line with your right heel, like they're on the same train track here. Right toes pointing forward, left toes pointing to the left. Bring your right elbow to your right knee. Spread your fingers to really activate your right arm. Bring your left hand to your hip. Right knee is over top of your right ankle. Push down from your right shoulder to your right elbow so that your shoulder, right shoulder, doesn't collapse into your chin, into your ear. Now with your left thumb on the back of your hip, just use your thumb to help pull open through the left shoulder. And notice how when the left shoulder pulls back, you can feel a lengthening through the inner right thigh. Just notice that. Now fix your gaze on something on the wall, straight ahead of you. And just use that to keep you steady. With your next breath out, slowly bring your gaze upwards. Anchor your right elbow to your right knee. Notice how your eyes lift to turn to look upwards, and the stretch intensifies in the inner right thigh. Left shoulder pulls back even more. Breathe. Exhale, bring your eyes back to the side at the left. Take another breath. Try not to hurry out of the pose. Going into and out of each pose with control. Breath out, bring your eyes down to the mat. Let your left hand come with you. Now shift your weight onto your left hand. Plant your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Wiggle your right foot out and make your way to downward dog. Make whatever adjustments you need to find your downward dog position. Now lift your heels, walk your feet towards your hands. Remember bending your knees, coming up on your fingertips, whatever it is you need to do. Inhale, come halfway up. Pause here. Rest your hands on your knees. As you exhale, fingertips come down to the mat. This time, right foot steps back. Long step back, landing on the ball of the right big toe. Stepping into the bottom third of your mat. Pivot on your right big toe, plant your heel. Right foot is behind your left foot. Left toes pointing forward, right toes pointing to the right. Left knee is bent. Left elbow to your left thigh, left knee, right hand to your hip. Look down at your left knee. Left knee should be over top of your ankle and pointing in the same direction as your left toes. Spread your fingers on your left hand. Activate the left arm. Push down from left shoulder, down to your elbow, down to your knee. Keep lots of space between your left shoulder and your ear. Right thumb is on the back of your hip. Use that leverage spot to help you pull open through the right shoulder and turn your head to the right. Feel a subtle stretch in the inner left thigh now. Steady yourself before making the pose bigger. With your next breath out, slowly bring your eyes upwards. Keep your left elbow pressing into your left knee to keep your left knee over top of your left ankle. And as the eyes float up, the stretch in the inner left thigh deepens. Right shoulder opens even more. And then reconnect to your breath. Bring your attention to your breath and feel all the sensations in your body. Quiet your mind and just focus on what's happening physically. As you exhale, bring your eyes back to the wall at the right. Pause for a breath. Remember, there's no hurry. Exhale, bring your eyes down to the mat. Right hand comes with you. Plant your right hand. Shift your weight onto your right hand. Bring your left hand to the inside of your left foot. Wiggle your left foot out and step back to downward dog. Whatever way you used to get there, just get there. That's all that matters. That we all get there. Doesn't matter how. Find your downward dog and take 2 satisfying breaths. Lift your heels, bring your knees down to the mat, bring them wide. Big toes together to touch and press back. Hips pressing down towards the heels, coming down onto your elbows, and then stacking hand on top of hand, fist on top of fist, and just resting your forehead. Bring yourself to table. Toes curl under. As you exhale, lift to downward dog. Take one full, deep, complete breath in downward dog. And walk your feet towards your hands. Inhale, come halfway up. Pause here for the exhalation. With your next breath out, hands to your hips, and lift up. Release your hands. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, bow forward, bring your fingertips to the mat. Left foot steps back, stepping back to that back third of the mat, back quarter of the mat, landing on the ball of the left big toe. Pivot on your left big toe, plant your heel. Yep, same position as before. Right elbow to your right knee over top of the right ankle, right toes pointing to the front, left toes pointing to the left. Left hand, initially, let's bring it to the hip. Activate your right hand. Use your right elbow to keep your right knee over top of your ankle. Take a breath. And this time, just turn your eyes all the way upwards. You decide how high. Work with your abilities. Expect some discomfort, because with all change comes discomfort. Now let's sweep the arm, left arm straight up. Big breath in, and as you exhale, sweep forward. Now follow your hand with your eyes. And down. Here, feel your body transition to exhalation. Inhale, keep following your hand with your eyes until your hand comes all the way up to the top. And exhaling, hand floating forward and down. One more full circle and complete breath. Now bring the hand all the way up and pause here. Feel all the space in the front of the body here. It's huge. Living bigger, this is it. The bigger the movements, the bigger your life can be, because more activities you're capable of doing. Big breath in. As you exhale, sweep your left hand all the way down to the mat. Plant your left hand. Plant your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Wiggle your right foot out. Make your way to downward dog. Lift your heels, bend your knees, walk your feet towards your hands. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fingertips float down to the mat. Right foot takes that big long step to the back of the mat. Land on the ball of the right big toe. Pivot on your right foot, drop your heel. Left toes pointing to the top of the mat, right toes pointing to the right. Left elbow to your left knee, right hand to your right hip. Spread your fingers on your left hand. Use your left elbow to keep your left knee aligned over top of your left ankle. Take a breath. As you exhale, turn, bring your eyes upwards. Find your balance. Steady yourself with your breath. Inhale and the right arm sweeps up. Follow your right hand with your eyes. As you exhale, let your right hand fall forward, reach forward and down. Begin the inhalation again as your hand rises up, following your hand with your eyes, reaching straight up. Feel your body naturally transition to the exhalation as the right hand falls. One more complete circle. And sweeping the right arm straight up. One last time. Pausing here. Breathe. Inhale. As you exhale, right hand floats all the way down to the mat. Bring your eyes with you. Plant your right hand. Left hand comes to the inside of your left foot. Wiggle your left foot out. Make your way to downward dog. 2 full breaths in downward dog. Lift your heels. Bring your knees all the way down to the mat. Knees wide, big toes together to touch. Sit back towards your heels. Stack hand on top of hand or fist on top of fist. Rest your forehead. 2 big breaths here in child's pose. Press up and come to sitting. So bend your knees and let your knees fall wide. Bring the soles of the feet together. Reach for your ankles. Now use your hands on your ankles to help support the upper body and lift you tall. So use that for a little bit of support. You want to feel like your spine is really long from your tailbone straight up through the crown of your head. Relax the shoulders. Now press the soles of the feet together, but spread your toes wide. Spreading the toes will just help keep your ankles safe. Now take a breath. And as you exhale, just use your hands to pull your heart forward. Just enough to begin to feel the stretch in the inner thighs. We've already done a couple of really good stretches on the inner thighs, so you should find there's a bit of movement here. Now resist the urge to push your knees down with your elbows. Try not to do that. We're just working at easing forward to feel the stretch in the inner thighs. Nothing more than that. Think about bringing your heart forward towards your heels. And release. Support your knees as you bring them back to center. Now let's lie all the way back. Stretch your legs out. Arms at your sides. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath you so that your palms turn open. And bring your hands a little farther away from your hips. Turning the palms up really helps you open up through the sternum and through those pectoral muscles that can get really tight across the shoulders and the chest. Now tune into your breath. Relax through the lower back and hips. As you exhale, just feel the release in the lower back and sink into the floor. Now do the same thing with the shoulders. As you exhale, just release through the shoulders and let them sink into the floor. Now the legs. The back of the head. Relax the arms and the hands. Now wiggle your fingers and your toes. Just open and close your hands. Rotate through the ankles, the wrists. Bend your knees one at a time and gently roll onto your right side. Use your right arm to support your head and neck. Take another breath here. And press up. Sit tall. Hands together at the heart. Eyes closed or gazing downward. And let's send out a blessing to the universe. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be loved. And may all beings be at peace. Thank you for taking care of yourself today. Until next time, namaste.